praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I say that to the 144,000 and the elect out there because the only ones that will be saved from this destruction in Babylon the Great are the elect of Israel only. And that includes men, women, and children. You would have some of the elect scattered around the planet, but the main deliverance, they will be delivered as well. But the main deliverance is here in America, the U.S. That's why the scriptures speak about salvation. Our Lord's name is He delivered, He saves. So salvation, when you look that word up, and in the Greek in the New Testament, focusing on the New Testament, not the Old, the word means to be delivered from an impending danger, like there's a fire, and the firemen come and they put the ladder up and they deliver you. So if they don't come in time, you're done. You're done away with. You're done for. So this, matter of fact, let me do this. By the way, the topic of this video is response to MOTB update. Christine Legarde speaks on digital currency for Europe. You got EU, which is the European Union. She mentions the ECB, which I already knew what it was, but I looked it up anyway. I said that has to stand for the European Central Bank, which I looked it up, and that's exactly what it is. They work with the World Bank, also the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, which is based out of Washington. Now I can say something about the IMF, but if I did say it, they would take the video down. Not cursing, not saying anything, just telling the truth. There's some, and so we got a lot of insight. You got a lot of information. You know, we have a lot of things that we can say that you can't really say on YouTube. They may not take it down, but you know, if you give them too much, put too much information out there, you're a little too spicy with it, they will take it down. And sometimes they just take it down and not give you a strike. There was one that they took down. They just took it down. They didn't give me a strike. They didn't give me a warning. They just took it down because I didn't say anything to give them a reason to take it down other than, you know, what goes on behind the scenes, so to speak. So like if I took them to court, I can win. And you got a lot of these guys taking Twitter, formerly Twitter, Twitter, taking them to court and even YouTube. You got a lot of court, you got a lot of people taking these platforms to court because they're, you know, they say one thing, you know, you can do this, you can do that. They don't tell you exactly which they community guidelines. What the fuck does that mean? You know? So they have the power. Let me see. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? So this is a response to this video right here, put up by GMS Hawaii Ba, which is the elder Yahweh the Ba. He's been out to New York several times through the years. Diligent individual in the scriptures, like all of us should be. That you all show the same diligence. Okay, so now I'm just gonna let this play. And if you're in Israelite camp and you're still teaching that the MOTB is sleeping with white women, or King Solomon had the MOTB, or it's sin in all of its forms, it's either one or two things. Either the Most High just blinded you to this prophecy, which means that you're not one of the elect, because the Most High would. Why would the Most High write something in the book and you don't understand it? You know, the Most High gives us the book, which is the Comforter, which is the Spirit that comes with the book, which is Yahweh Shai coming in the Spirit, in the form of the Holy Spirit. And in order for you to read these books, read this book and understand it, the Most High has to also give you eye salve, a spiritual eye salve. So you can, those glasses, like in They Live, he has to give you those glasses. Let's go with that. So when you open a book and read, blessed is he that readeth, Revelation 1. And it's not just about reading, it's about comprehending, understanding, perceiving. So you're supposed to know the whole book according to the book. You have unction from the Holy One and you know all things. Eat this roll, eat this book, and go out and teach the house of Israel. So let's just let it play. And this MOTB is it's knocking on the door. It's basically putting the key in the door and opening the door. You wondering, who the hell is that? Who the hell got my keys? Give me them keys, inside joke.
All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kodash. I want to say and give double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone for teaching us his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Salutations to the elect. Hey, I'm my brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with a quick MOTB update. All right, an MOTB update, and this is from Christine Legarde from the World Bank, right? They call it, yeah, I think she's head of the World Bank, or she's dealing with the...
Which I call her Miss Drysdale, for you old heads out there. This goes over a lot of heads. That's Miss Drysdale. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't go crazy trying to figure out what does he mean by Mrs. Drysdale. That's Mrs. Drysdale. European version of Mrs. Drysdale. Anyway.
The ECB, European central banks, okay, and she's going to make a statement about digital money, right? So without further ado, and I'll make this quick, Salaki. I'll make this quick.
Of the ECB.
Okay, so now let me mute this. And you can read it right here. Yesterday, the Governing Council of the ECB approved. Let's go to the ECB. I'm sorry. ECB is right here. Yeah, Allah is a moon god, which supposedly a female god. See, Allah was a moon goddess. So when you pray to Allah, you're really praying to a woman, which is the moon god or the moon goddess. Okay, so let me see. So Jake, that's in Islam, they just forget him. And you can't wake her. And may the force be with you trying to wake up a Jake that's in Islam. That's a heavy spirit, heavy demon on him. You know? So it says European Central Bank. The European Central Bank this is equivalent to, or the counterpart to the Federal Reserve Bank. Federal Reserve Bank, where they create FRNs in the form of paper money, credits, and digital. They say, these experts, they'll say they're printing more money. Well, they're not just printing money. They're typing in zeros behind a one. When you get a credit card, years ago I got a $10,000 credit card. This was back in 2005 maybe, because my credit was pretty good. It was a good interest rate, and it was $10,000. You're eligible to get a $10,000 card. Never got the first card I got was $2,000. So when I got the card, I knew that as soon as I signed on the dotted line, I will get the card. And they didn't say, okay, let's go to the vault and get $10,000 in cash and put it in his little bank. No. The $10,000 was in the ether, in the air. It was a computer entry. My name, blah, blah, blah. He's good for $10,000. It's not even in cash. So if I was to use that, and I never used it once, and they sent me a nasty letter saying, because you haven't used this card, we're going to close your account. This was some years ago. So I said, I'm not going to use it anyway. Because the bitch lied to me. She said it was, I believe she said it was like a 7% APR, annual percentage rate, and it wound up being 8 or 8.5. So I said, see, these motherfuckers lied to me. I said, I'm not going to use this bitch. And for years, I never used it, and they closed my account. But anyway, where did that money come from? It was in the ether. It was in the air. It was in cyberspace until I decided to use it. And then once I used it, it became a debt. You know, the key to a credit card is pay it. You know, if you use it, you got the money. You pay it. I pay it in 29 days, and there's no interest rate. After it goes past 30 days, you got a interest, charge on it, and that's how they get you. See? Anyway, it says the European Central Bank is a central component of the Euro system, the Euro, which is part of the beast system. NATO is a part of the beast system, which includes the U.S. and Canada. That's the beast system. When you go to Revelation 13, it speaks about the beast. Then it speaks about another beast, like a lamb with 2 horns. It spoke as a dragon. That represents the U.S., which none of these scholars would admit to being the U.S., which works with the beast. So it's the beast system that's going to cause everybody that's a part of the beast system, and ultimately the world, everything's going to be digital. And she's going to say that. So it's a Euro system, and the Euro system of central banks, as well as one of the 7 institutions of the European Union. So the European Central Bank it's kin to the European Union. Anybody that's a member of the European Union, the EU, the money system is euros, which is digital and in form of paper. It is one of the world's most important central banks, with a balance sheet total of around 7 trillion. So that's a major bank. It's also called a bank of issue. Let me look this up. What is a bank of issue? A bank of issue is a bank that is legally authorized to produce currency. Ooh, how they present? Wow, that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A bank of issue is a bank that is legally authorized to produce currency. How they produce it? Go to the computer, bank computer, add in some zeros behind the 1. You know, it could be $1 billion. They can add zeros in it, make it $1 trillion. So they create monies out of thin air. The same goes with the Federal Reserve Bank. The Federal Reserve Bank is a bank of issue. You got these banks like Wells Fargo and Chase Bank and all these various different banks that through the years have gone out of business, right? Then new banks prop up. Well, those banks like Chase Bank and Visa is a part of their banking system, so you can get a Visa or you get a Visa from a particular bank. So it's a Wells Fargo Visa, which that's nothing but a loan. A credit card is nothing but a loan that you use and you kind of pay off. You use and you kind of pay off. So it says a bank of issue is a bank that is legally authorized to produce currency, whether it be paper money, digital money. Like Wells Fargo, they get loans from the Federal Reserve Bank at a low interest rate. So let's say they get $100 billion. Their interest rate could be 1% or 0.05%, which is 0.5%. And what they do is when you take out a loan, they'll give you a loan. It could be for 10%, it could be for 5%, it could be for 3%, it could be for 30%. You got credit cards that you get, you late one payment, or you sent it in the mail that didn't get there. You got to beg and plead that they take that off, and they do. They'll no problem. But if you have 3 or 4 of them, they said, look, you've been doing this too much. We're going to have to up your interest rate. So they might up it to like 29%, 30%. So that's how they make their money. They get their money from a bank of issue at 1% or 0.5% or even 0%, and they lend it out to you for as high a percentage that as they can get. That's why you got these big mega banks. Okay, so it says a bank of issue is a bank that is legally authorized to produce currency such as coins and paper money. Some examples of banks of issue include the U.S. Federal Reserve Bank, I said that, and the Bank of England. The term bank of circulation is another way to refer to bank of issue. Now they didn't say okay, they said produce currency such as coins and paper money. They didn't say digital. When the Federal Reserve gives the Chase Bank or Wells Fargo, whatever. Wells Fargo is a major bank. They give it to them digitally. They don't bring a truck over with a bunch of money. A bank that has the official right to produce currency. So currency could be digital. Digital currency. If you get a check, you drop it off. You go to the ATM, put it in there, and what comes up is you had put 500 in there, and it's going to tell you if you got 1,000 or whatever. Now you got 500, but now it's digital. Most of my bills are paid for digitally. I don't got to worry. They take out the whatever I owe, whatever dispute. So if I need money in cash, I can go to the ATM and I can say, well, I need $250, $200, whatever. You give it to me. So it goes from digital to paper, but they're going to do away with paper money, and then they're going to go all digital, and then they're going to introduce the micro C-HIP. And she knows they know what they're getting ready to do. They know that they're the beast. The thing is not to tell anybody. So now it says yesterday the governing council of the ECB approved the digital euro is on the move. And they're saying the same thing over here in America. They're talking about going digital. Yesterday, the governing council of the ECB approved the opening of the preparation phase. It will be a journey, and we and we will walk the journey together with the legislature. So they saying the legislator got approved. It's already approved. They're just acting like, well, we're going to see, because the legislators might not agree. It might be 51% to 49%, so we can't do it. No, they already got paperwork. This is just the what do you call it? Dog and pony show. It's just smoke and mirrors. They're giving it. They're gonna have certain guys. You're gonna not approve it, and the majority you're gonna approve it. All right, majority rules. So it's all a dog and pony show. It's all a smoke and mirrors. All European institutions or banks will be involved to make sure that Europe is equipped with the currency of the future. The currency of the future. What's the currency of the future? Digital money. It's not sin in all of its forms, whether it be religious or political. Cash is here. Cash is here. No, it's not. She just lied. How do you know when one of these top people are lying? When their lips move. Cash is here to stay. No, it's not. Cash is going to be obsolete. You will have all options, until you have none. You have the option until the option is taken away from you. Cash and digital cash. And it's just going to be digital cash. What does it mean for you? For consumers, it would be free and easy to use. And I'm not lying. Digital, you put the card out, you swipe the card. It is much easier than taking out dollars. I have to say that it will be much easier, but it will lead to things will be easier. You can never lose your wallet or your card. Your driver's license information, your insurance, your registration, your medical information, how much money you have in the bank digitally. So if a police officer comes by, he says, could you give me your right hand or your left hand? He put the scanner, he got all your information. He don't got to take your card and look in the system. All you got to do is hit the scanner and they'll say, he's driving under suspended license or whatever. Or he's good. His registration is good. His insurance is good. His license is good. And then when they see everything's good and you comply with them, most of the time, and this happened to me, and this is mostly Edomites, they'll say, you kind of went through that, you didn't see that stop sign, you kind of rolled through it, but I'm going to let you go. You live around here? You say, yeah, I live in such and such. So you say, okay, you have a good day, sir. You have a nice day. They say, thank you, officer. As soon as you say officer, they'll immediately say, sir. You don't get them riled up. You can tell them, you can do that Morris stuff, but you better say it in a certain. You say, officer, I'm a Moor. I don't believe in this. Here's my ID. If the cop says I'm gonna give you a ticket anyway, then you say I have no problem with that, sir. We'll settle this in the court thing. Some of them, well, they don't know. Now they're being trained that you got these patriot people, these sovereign people. And what they do now is when you say you're a sovereign, they take you to the back and they beat the shit out you. And then you come back to the court, beat with a black eye, limping and shit. And they say, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, because you beat. This is what they do. Come on. All of that is subject to the legislative process. They got the memo. Ma'am, they got the memo. All of them niggas got the memo. Okay? So let me do this.
Now you see that she tried to win the people, smooth the people over by saying that cash is going to be here forever, and it's not. And they're pushing forth this new digital currency. This is what central bank digital currencies are all about. They're going to phase out cash, and they're going to make it a digital currency. And right in the beginning, they always make it two things: it's either convenient or it's even an option. But eventually, it'll become mandatory, especially when the cash or the fiat currency fails, which they're preparing for, right? And you heard us say, you know, they're going to walk this walk together, and this is for what they're doing over in the European Union, or just Europe, period. All European countries work with this new digital currency, man, right? And she said it out of her own mouth. She said it out of her own. Rwanda.
You will have all options.
You will have all options.
Cash,
right? And all of Europe is going to be bound to this. And I'm gonna get the precept where it told you that what. Matter of fact, I'll just go straight to it. This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You know, in the NLT it says, he required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead, and no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name, man. And that's what this is all about. That's what this European digital currency is all about, right? That's exactly what this is about, right? And I'll play it again. Just listen to her speak again.
cash is here to stay. You will have all options. Cash and digital cash. So what does it
They're going to get rid of the cash, and they're going to push people to use or take their MOTB in order to what? Buy or sell. That's the key factor in all of this, right? Because that's what they keep you in slavery by anyway. You know, everything in your life pretty much surrounds buying and selling, right? So they're going to use this digital currency, and how they going to give it to you in that chip form. She ain't say that part, but we already know what type time it is. This is Christine Legarde. She's a head honcho over there under the super elite in regards to their economic methods, man.
all of that, of course, is subject to the
She said that it was going to be easy to use, that you had the options to use cash or digital currency. But she says all of that, of course, is subject to what? The legislative process.
Yeah, you have an option now. You're not going to have an option 6 months ago. Since 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, you're not going to have a option. It's going to go all digital. So you have your smartphone, and then eventually it'll go into your micro C hip. And I'm gonna say this in closing: these other guys are teaching. Otherwise, they don't just know. We just don't know. We didn't know. We honestly didn't know. No, they sold out. They fucking sold out. Because you don't have to be a rocket. You don't have to be a fucking genius to see what Revelation 13 and 16 means, given the fact that we put so many videos and produce so many receipts You know, like I can understand you not seeing it back in 2012, 2010, but here it is, almost 2000. We're a few months away from 2025, and you can't see it with all the evidence. Sweden, there's got to be, I believe there's something like 60,000 people, which is a small number, in Sweden that have the micro C hip, you know? Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Maury argued that Allah was a moon goddess in pre-Islamic Arabic mythology, because Islam is none but a myth. You know, these jakes actually believe that you know, Muhammad, that Pegasus came down and jumped on a horse, and he you know, flew up to heaven on Pegasus, on a white horse. You know, but they can't see it because the Most High kept their eyes closed. Isaiah 6 and 9. Okay, where did I say I was going to go? Oh, yeah. The microchip in Sweden. Let's see what comes up. Thousands of Swedes are inserting microchips under. I said 50, 60,000, right? Let me open this up. Okay, why are Swedes inserting microchips? Is microchipping mandatory in Sweden? No, not yet. As a dog owner, you are required to have your dog ID marked with either a microchip or a tattoo. Bring that back up. How many people in Sweden have microchips? Okay, one of the co-founders, Sina Amor Poor, states there are approximately 6,000. Okay, it's 6,000. 6,000 Swedes in total that have a chip. That's a very small number, but it's going to catch on like wildfire. These are, let me do this. These are all the people that have been getting a chip since 2014. So we're talking almost 11 years ago. However, what Sina Mamor points out, the key factor is placing the information in the perspective of time. So there's 6,000, which is a very small number, but it's going to spread. What is the RFID chip in Sweden? Thousands of Swedes are getting microchip implants under their skin, apparently piercing, and which is all digital all, and tattoos aren't the it thing. In Sweden, it's in Sweden anymore. As strange as it may sound, microchip implants are increasing in popularity because they're not into the scriptures. They don't know, you know, the majority of the people on the planet Earth are not, don't understand and not privy to what Revelation chapter 13 and 16 is all about. And that includes Christians. They're so popular, in fact, that thousands of people are hopping on the bandwagon. That was in July of 2023. And we know exactly what this is. It's the MOTB, the mark of the beast. Which country has the most microchips? I believe it should be... Woo! I didn't know this. Woo! Taiwan. Why ain't they speaking about it? Leading with a 68% market share, Taiwan remains Let me outline this. Taiwan remains a global force in the semiconductor industry, leading with 68% market share in the industry. Taiwan is home to majority of the world's most advanced semiconductor chips. China, approximately 1,300 miles away, wants it. Which country has the most microchips? So I would think that the chips, the chip billions of people will come out of Taiwan. How do I know if I have a chip in my body? Direction method, purchase NIFID reader. Let's find a reader online or a security store. Scan your body. Check suspected areas with the reader. Beeping indicates a chip. Frequency check. Ensure the radar identifies the chip's frequency. Now you can get an app on that. If you got it, if they put a chip in you. One of the guys from the IUIC, Israel United Confusion, he said they can stick a chip in you against your will. They can hold you down and put a chip in you so you can repent from that. Don't listen to that guy. Getting a chip being planted in humans. The concept of human microchipping is relatively simple. It involves implanting microscopic integrated circuits under the human skin, commonly the gap between the thumb and the finger and the right hand. The word right in Revelation 13:16, right goes back to the word dextrose, which means your power hand. So some people are going to get it in their left. It means right, but it goes back to dextrose, which is your authority hand. If you happen to be left-handed, then your authority hand is in your left hand. But it does mean right. These chips can serve as a range of purposes, including identification, contactless payments, which I have a credit card that does that, or I can just wave it, and more as of December 21, 2022. So you go ahead and you listen to these other camps telling you different. And if they tell you to take it and you go ahead and take it, you're doomed. Can RFID chips track you? Let's see what that's all about. Aside from keeping track of inventory, RFID technology also helps organizations identify people and monitor their location. How many murders have there been? And the guy said, I didn't do it. And he was in a place where the murder took place, and they get the smartphone, because that's the first thing they grab is your smartphone and your computers. And they said, well, it shows right here on this particular day of the murder that you were right here in this area. And it's on your smartphone. They can detect people who stray away from their assigned locations and help prevent theft, shoplifting, or other programs. Now, ultimately, this smash and grab, as they call it, you go into these high-end stores and you a bunch of Jake or whatever, go up in Esau too. Now, but I'm going to say Jake. It's motherfucking Jake. You can't talk bad about Israel. Motherfucker, Israel ain't shit right about now. If they're not of the elect. They do the smash and grab. Esau is letting them do that shit. That goes under auto ad KO. They got to create chaos first in order to bring order. So how are they going to bring order? You're going to go into the store, and whatever you take, it's going to be scanned. It's John Smith that took such and such a bag at this time, and we got pictures of him where he got out, left his house, went to the place, so we're going to apprehend him. Then it's going to be a thing where, you know, everything now is you know, Amazon. You know, you want to order stuff, various Targets and BJ's and stuff, where there's certain stores where you go online, you order, you want this type of food, that type of food, and they bring it to you. You know, you got the, you know, DoorDash and Uber Eats and so forth. And people are willing to pay for their meal and pay maybe an extra $10 to get the meal delivered to them. You know? Instead of just cooking something in the house or going out. I'll never order anything. If I'll do some potluck thing. I'll throw this together and that. Oh, I got some chicken. I got this. I got eggs. Let me put this all together and make me a good meal. Because I know how to burn. You understand? You know, me and Apostle Rambla, we used to burn. We used to have them get-togethers, parties and stuff with my woman. You know, we had the guests and all that, and we did most of the cooking, man. And them people used to tear that food up. Real talk. Lasagnas is my specialty, which I don't make no more. Too many carbs. But anyway, the RFID. Let me see something. The RFID, you can pay for things with it, and you can also be tracked. Let me see something. Let me see. Let me do this. Who is the world leader in microchips? Taiwan, semiconductors. So they make the chip. That's why China wants to annex Taiwan, because there's a lot of money being made in Taiwan. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me see. Can you buy with a microchip? Can you buy with a microchip? Let's see what they say. Can you buy with a microchip scanner? All right, let's do this. Bear me for a minute. I want to get my bearings straight. Let me go to news. Can you buy, I'm sorry, can you buy with a microchip? Can you scan a microchip at home? Can you buy with a microchip? All microchip scanners, universal scanner, microchip scanner. Can you make payments with a microchip? Yes, microchip implants can be used to make payments. Now, years ago, Nate put a video up saying maybe you can buy some lamb for him. My dog has a microchip. Well, maybe you can buy him some lamb. He said you cannot pay with a microchip, RFID. RFID means no locations. Radio frequency ID. So a microchip is a radio frequency ID, and it's scannable. Yes, microchip implants can be used to make payments. BBC, the microchip implants that let you pay with your pay with your hand. The first microchip was implanted into a human back in 1998, but the technology has been available commercially only in the past decade. The pay with hand microchip is a biocell, is a little bigger than a grain of rice and weighs less than a gram. You can use a chip to pay wherever contactless payments are accepted. And they're doing that in Sweden. News and Insight, Part 1, Microchip Implants, the Wallet of Tomorrow. Ooh! Let's talk about it. Microchip implants. August of 2023. Let me do this. Let me click on this. More receipts. And if you other camps can't get it, you just can't see it, that means you sold out. That means you made a deal. Okay. Part 1, microchip implants, the wallet of the future. They have a company called Wallet More, which is putting a chip in your hand. Let's go to the BBC. The GMS was always right. Damn. Oh shit. GMS was always right. GMS was right. Okay, there you go. There's a picture. There you go. What is this? Mr. whatever Perman has a chip under the skin of his left hand, because that's in Europe. NFC, near field communication, RF, the counterpart in the U.S. is a RFID, and it lights up when it comes into close contact with a payment machine. There you go. That's a picture. That's a picture right there. Look at this. A woman paying for her meal in a cafe using a contactless payment chip implanted in her what? In her hand. And that looks to be the right hand. Wow. So she's got the chip. So now the ones of you that got working brains, that are not, you Israelites that are not under a zombie spell by Baron Semites, you can see it. If you can't see it, you can't see it because there's a spell on you. Screaming Jay Hawkins put a spell on you. Okay, let me read it. A microchip was first implanted into a human back in 1998, but it is only during the past decade of technology available. And when it comes to implantable payment chips, which is a microchip, a British Polish firm, Walletmore, I'm gonna go into that, says the last year it became the first company to offer them for sale. The implant, we're reading about prophecy. This is prophecy fulfillment of Revelation 13 and 16. The implant can be used to pay for a drink on the beach in Rio. Now there was a club that came about in the 90s, the Baja Beach Club, which the main club is in Spain, but it's in America too, that you have to have a chip. Back then you didn't need a chip, but they encourage you to get the chip, and you pay for things with your chip. It comes out of your chip. So I got to look that up to see. But there's going to be a time where they make money obsolete. The only option you have is a microchip. Do away with credit cards. You can't use it on your smartphone. It's got to be chipped in you. A coffee in New York. Okay, you can use a microchip in New York. A haircut in Paris. Any causes all, or at your local grocery store. So, now you're going to have these newer vehicles retrofitted where you don't need anything. You can go out with nothing, no keys, no wallet, no nothing, because everything's in your chip. You want to go to your car, you put your hand when you open the door, it opens. You put your hand at the where it says start the car starts. Anybody else try to steal the car, they don't got the chip, they can't do it. So it says founder and chief executive Wojciech Proto, which is he was European. It can be used wherever contactless payments are accepted. I have a card that's a contactless payment. Walletmore's chips, which weigh less than a gram and is a little bit bigger than a grain of rice, is comprised of a teeny microchip and antenna increase in a polymer. Polymer is like a plastic, and bio means body, so it's safe. If you get injected with it, it's not gonna. Ultimately, you're gonna get a cancer. Revelation chapter 16, a naturally sourced material similar to plastic. It's a synthetic man-made plastic. So you're not gonna get cancer. But everything you get that ESO give you cancer. The food that we eat it's all cancerous. Even your non-GMOs and your organics and stuff. So let me go to Walletmore. See, this is back to the basics for us. And I'm gonna say this again. If you can't see this, then and you're a teacher of Israel, guess what? You sold the fuck out. Real talk. I'm giving you receipts, baby. Giving you receipts. Walletmore. More wallet. Walletmore. Biotechnology company in why is all this chip shit in Europe? Well, Taiwan and Europe, Sweden, Great Britain. Okay, let me do this. NFC payment implant the piercing. Walletmore. Let me do this. Let me go to news. Walletmore gets under your skin with their new payment implant. You see the picture right there. We just read part of this article. 2022, you can now get a payment chip implant in your what? In your hand. You cannot buy or sell, at least you have the mark in your right hand forehead for $200. Now, people on welfare, they'll get it for free. We're going to give it to you for free. That's why we like you niggas so much. Wallet, more payment, microchip implants bring convenience to countless checkout experiences. And it is convenient. It is. You can leave everything home and use your chip. But it's convenient, but you're going against the order of the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So for that convenience, you're going to eat a missile. Okay, let me do this. That's for news. Let me go to images. That's a wallet more chip. If you can't see this, that means your leader. See the master you follow Nate, and he tells you things, and you just let me write that down. Okay, he said that, and let me teach it the way he teach it. That means none of you guys are of the elect. None of you guys are of the elect. If they teach you something that's contrary to the scriptures, you're not going to listen to it. If you're one of his sheep, which is one of the elects, that's in St. John, the 10th chapter. So if you know what, it's like I said, like I've been saying, it's going to be a major shakeup when they make this thing. When they really make this thing happen, when they make it mandatory, when they do away with paper dollars. Okay, I was going to go someplace else. Where was I going to go? Oh, yeah, the scriptures. Okay, what do they say about this place here? It appears to be an Edomite. I have the implant for 1 year straight already, and I couldn't be happier. God bless you. God bless you all that get this chip in your hand. No, the Most High gonna curse you. He's gonna destroy you. Wallet More implant is awesome, works great. And the iCard app is easy to use. You want to get Section 8, you want to get welfare, you want to get food stamps, you want to get money, you want to work at a job, you gotta get chip. Scripture said we will be like pilgrims in the earth. Wallet More is a pioneer in the payment implant industry, payment implant, so you can buy and sell. You cannot buy and sell unless you have the MOTB. Okay, so now I'm gonna end it. Get ready to land this plane. And the Spurs been on us heavy, man, going into this. So it must be, this we're talking 6 months away, a year away. Come on now. Okay. You're going to find out that, by the way, GMS is the premier camp that pushes this MOTB. There's some camps that do understand. They don't push it like we push it. Sakari knows it. Even GOCC knows about it, but they don't push it. HODC knows about it, but I don't believe they haven't put up a video on it. Maybe one video, and you got to search for that. Okay. So let's go to John, John 10. bear with me for a minute. Then I'm going to close. Verily, verily I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same as a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. The shepherd is Yahushai, the chief shepherd, and we are shepherds under him. We are cardinals. You can use the doormen, you know, to him, because you need a teacher to understand Yahushai, the true Yahushai, the Bible. You got to have teachers. Romans 10 and 13. To him that, the porter. A porter is a guy that opens the door for you. So we will be the porters. The chief shepherd is Yahushai. Openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, the shepherd's voice. And he calleth his own, this is the Yahushai, sheep by name, which are the elect, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, which is the elect, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. So some people came into this thing. I was looking at all the different camps, and when I heard GMS speak about the MOTB, because my uncle told me about it, that's the group. I'm getting with them, or whatever the case may be. So the ones of you that are following other groups, like IUIC, ISUP, although they're teaching at the Israel, which is a good thing, but you got to teach the scriptures 100% correct. You have an unction from the Holy One. You know all things. Malachi, was that Malachi 3:16, to the cipher between the good and the evil. You know? So all these major camps are supposed to be all teaching the same thing when it comes to Revelation 13 and 16. And when it comes to pass, your people, the Most High going to take that zombie spell off your people, then they're going to question you. So you're going to either have to say, I was wrong. So they're going to say, well, was GMS, was them bums right? Yeah, the bums were right. We got to go get with them. Those are the men of the Lord. Because the evidence is overwhelming. The receipts are yay high. 10 miles high of receipts. We've been giving you receipts for years. You can't see it because you're under a zombie spell. I know Deacon Asaph get mad. You calling us a zombie? Yes, you are zombies. You are zombies. And when look up the term zombie. Don't make me look it up. I'm gonna crack up. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger, somebody teach sin in all of its forms, the sleeping with a white woman. Apostle Paul had the chip, the mark. Solomon had. How the hell can Solomon had the mark when the beast wasn't even around? And Paul was around during the first beast. The chip is going to be administered to people when the second beast, the reborn beast. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. They know not the voice of strangers. So if you say something strange, they're going to flee if they're of the elect. Very important. Let me look at that in the NLT. NLT. I'm sorry. What the hell did I just do? NLT. Everybody in the NOI, they're going to take the chip because Farrakhan's going to tell them to take the chip. I doubt if he's going to say, well, that's the chip and that's the fulfillment of Revelation. Because Farrakhan doesn't really know the prophetic parts of the scriptures. Okay, so now we're in the NLT, right? No, I'm sorry. NLT. Okay, I'm going right to the 4th verse. I'm sorry. 3rd verse. The gatekeeper, which we represent the gatekeepers, we're teaching you to lead you to the Messiah. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The gatekeeper opens the gate for him, and the sheep recognize his voice, because we're speaking the words that were given to us. And come to him, the shepherd, the chief shepherd. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. And he has gathered his own flock, which are the elect. He walks ahead of them, and they follow him because they know his voice. They won't follow a stranger. They will run from him because they don't know his voice. So if I'm the elect, I go to the IUIC. I've never been to the truth. Don't know nothing about it. Oh, I like them. They're marching. There's 3,000 of them. And they're wearing the purple and in order. They got to have the truth. So I'm going there. I'm the elect, and you got Nate teaching that Revelation 13:16 is sin in all of its form, whether it be political, religious, or political. I'm gonna say nah, that don't fit right. And meanwhile, I'm watching GMS videos. I'm a new guy. ISUP, this video, that video. And I'm gonna say, nah. I said, I'm GMS. You know? Hey, I'm gonna tell you a little story. The head brothers, the elders of GMS Dallas, Texas, they started following the IUIC. Yashawamba, Elder Yashawamba, Elder Ariala, and various, there's guys that came and went, and even Element 7D, he was part of the original, right? And they said that they made videos. They said, look, we started watching the IUIC, taking notes, but they said as soon as they came across GMS videos, they said, nah, this is the group. Fuck IUIC, we get with GMS. And they've been with GMS ever since. And the spirit's on them, because we don't got to call them and say, make sure you go. You haven't gone out in 2 weeks, nigga. They go out. They go out on Tuesdays. They go out on Fridays. And they got different camps that go out. They don't all they spread out. Then during the week they have classes and they do it. I hope all of them guys are doing sit downs. That's been in this thing for a while. That you all show the same diligence. So it's going to be a great shaking. It's going to be a great shaking in the land when they make it mandatory. Anyway, I spoke long, but that's all right. With that, I'm going to say shalom, on to the next shalom.